Alright, into customs, and today we're going to go for a really funny build using two of my favourite units. One of them is the mole, and the other is the tardigrade. And what do those two units have in common? Well, it's pretty obvious if you think about it. They are both able to summon a copy of themselves. So the way mole works is that it will summon another mole, but remove 2 perks from teammates. And then the tardigrade, when it faints, it will summon another tardigrade that has dazed. And dazed means that the ability won't activate. But if you have a unit like a unicorn or frigate bird, you can heal the ailment. And then the tardigrade will summon another tardigrade. So we're going to try and get both sets of loops going in one team, which on the face of it sounds like it shouldn't really be possible. But it definitely is possible, and we'll get there as we progress through the game, finding the rest of the team. Now here I actually use a tip from, I think it was an Andy Nomus run that was on Rev's channel, and he'd mentioned, I think it was a Rate My Gameplay, I'm not 100% sure, but the suggestion was to use the question marks guy to put... to give an ailment to a teammate and then have the frigate bird heal it, and then you get extra gold back the next turn from selling the unit that has rice. So you can see it happening here. We're also going to get extra stats from the Gelada's ability, but next turn we'll be able to sell it for more gold. And I was finding that this was quite a difficult team to put together because of the specific requirements, not least because Mole has some problems in customs. It's very easy for it to be disrupted. So we really need everything to go right to make this happen. So we end up getting the frigate bird level up. I don't think I take it here though. I can't remember why exactly. Okay, we do find the tardigrade. So we can take that as well. Although the combo isn't really going to work exactly as I want it to just yet. But the double frigate bird will mean that the tardigrade can potentially resummon. Of course, one of the triggers on the frigate bird gets wasted on the other frigate there. So that was maybe a misplay. I guess I could have moved the bush guy to the back of the team, to the front of the team, to avoid that happening. But yeah, maybe we were going to lose that battle regardless, since we only have a level 1 tardigrade. But we are going to change that now, take the level up. I think I am looking for something on tier 5, but we don't get it. Again, I allow the frigate bird to waste the trigger here. Not entirely sure why I'm doing that. This is actually a really funny team. And I think this was on my list of teams to shout out at the end of a video. But actually it ended up that I managed to get a decent recording while actually facing this squad. So... well done to that particular player. I don't know if they managed to get a win with that team, but it was very impressive. Actually, I guess using the rice on the second frigate there did give us another potential mole summon. Maybe that's what was going on there. So I actually freeze the polar bear here. I can't remember if I end up using it or not, but I was starting to get quite desperate trying to make this work. And so the polar bear was an option for trying to rapidly scale one of the units that we needed. And the real Velociraptor was one of the potential options. But there were some others. And we're still missing one of the units that we really need for this team to work at all. So maybe I am actually going to just freeze it and try and stack some stats with the polar bear. And we find another tardigrade, so we can actually stack some stats onto it, since the tardigrade in the team is so small at the moment. And definitely prone to getting knocked out before we get our loot going. But it is going to work here. I don't think it really made much difference, but we are going to win. Now maybe at this point you've worked out the other unit that I need to complete this team, based on the fact that we added strawberry to the tardigrade. So I'm looking for Pelican because I want to have a level 2 Pelican that swallows both the tardigrade and the mole at start of battle. And that is actually going to set off both of the loops at once, which I was pretty pleased with this idea when I came up with it. Hopefully no one else has done this during the period where I wasn't watching many other SAP videos. But yeah, I thought this was a pretty nice solution to trying to get both loops going in the same battle. Now, of course, it's not guaranteed because of the way that customs works. You know, oftentimes you're not going to get all the loops because of snipes or ailments and so on. But hopefully there are going to be some decent rounds coming up. And here's a perfect example of a unit that you see a lot, which is the Frostwolf. Of course, the Frigate Bird can heal some ailments, but if it's required to do so, it obviously reduces the number of mole loops that you can get. And of course, if we had a higher level real Velociraptor here, it would also help quite a bit. Unfortunately there, the polar bear ended up doing nothing, so I think I just get rid of it, buy a second real Velociraptor, and we do find a strawberry for the mole. Now I don't go for level 3 mole here because I'm trying to get the pelican first. I really want the combo to start working, as this Lynx does a huge amount of damage to our team, removing the real Velociraptor at the back. They've got a very large whale as well, so probably not going to be possible to win here, even with all the loops. Yeah, they had Orca inside the well, so we never had any chance there. I don't think it made any difference if the other Velociraptor had survived, but here we get the Pelican. Plus an Oyster, so it gives us an extra chance to get the level 2 going immediately. And then we also need some kind of perk on the Pelican to so that the mole has something else to trigger off. And I just buy the, was it Drink Me Liquid there to try and keep the real Velociraptor alive. But you can see what happens. The Tardigrade immediately gets swallowed, and then it gets rice from the Frigate Bird, which still allows the mole to trigger. Incredibly satisfying when it works. This team is looking pretty strong. We only have the level 1 Pelican, but it does manage to knock out the Behemoth and we get a tie. So that was very fortunate there because we were on 9 wins and I really wanted to see the combo going off with both units being swallowed at start of battle. And here we get the pie, which is going to enable another mole loop. And then this team I've faced a few times. I think they've been in another video recently with the Bulldog Crab setup. And I think even with a lot of nested summons here, we're not going to be able to beat this team. Yeah, level 2 cat, level 3 owl. Not going to be able to do enough damage with the salmon snipes. Of course, if we had a higher level mole, we would also do extra damage, so that's what we're going to try and do here. Unfortunately, we don't get it. Now we're down to 1 heart. And it actually gives us a summon team with pretty low stats. They've got a Hippogriff. I think quite a few people have been going for the Hippogriff achievement in customs. I guess technically you can get it in some of the other packs, but it would be pretty difficult to do in pack 2, I think. I'm not sure if there's actually been a weekly yet where you could get Hippogriff. Maybe someone can let me know in the comments. But clearly their summon squad isn't strong enough. Although they do end up getting the resummon, the salmon snipes are good enough for the double self-summoning team to get the win. And here's a really fun round from a different run. We end up getting the same setup, but we face this bear team, which the mole removes the perks, and then the bear actually gives us another level 3 mole. I'm not sure I've ever seen that happen before, but it was incredibly satisfying, and unfortunately that run just didn't work out in the end.